Hi, so this video will be on computerized accounting systems for the syllabus of accounting 9706. So this is a very short lecture, but mainly what this lecture is about is focusing on computerized accounting system. Mainly it talks about the benefits of computerized accounting systems, the drawbacks, and other aspects connected to it. Okay. Right. So when we talk about computerized accounting system, we mean the accounting software. So out there in the real world, there are many different kinds of accounting software. It depends on the business needs. There are some softwares which are not so expensive, just because they have limited functions. But on the other hand, there are also some softwares that are very expensive. The cost can run up to millions. That's because they have very extensive functions. Okay. But nevertheless, all these softwares, they share some certain key features in common. And that is, so I'm going to go through that one by one now. Firstly, automatic processing. See, if you follow the traditional accounting method as recording the information manually, we would record the information first into the books of original entry. And then after that, we would post this information to the relevant ledgers. And then we'll have to balance up the ledger and create a trial balance and then do the necessary balance day adjustments. And from there, we get a complete trial balance. And once we've got the complete trial balance, we can form a complete, as in final statement of profit and loss and statement of financial position. Okay, so this can be done, but it takes time manually. And if we have made a mistake somewhere, which we possibly would have had, probably we would have made a mistake while recording in the books of original entry or maybe in the ledger. And then we find that the trial balance is not balancing and all that. And then we have to we have to spend so many hours finding the mistakes and correcting them. So all that trouble is saved by investing in an accounting software. So automatic processing means when we enter the initial information into the relevant, from the source document into the relevant books of original entry, the trial balance, the system is intelligent enough to post this balance into the relevant ledger using double entry without us doing it. Of course, you just have to instruct the system to post, but the system will create the debit and the credit entry, and the system will generate a trial balance. So once the trial balance is generated, then the system will construct the SOPL and SOFP on its own. Okay, but of course, this is provided we define certain parameters like the account name, the chart name, and so on and so forth. And if you made a mistake in some of the entry while doing it in the books of original entry, the system to some extent can detect. It will not allow you to save the entry. It will prompt you that there's an error. Okay, so that's on the automatic processing, sorry. And then we have integration of software. So software programs can be integrated. That means, for example, some businesses might want to integrate their function of accounting. For example, they want to integrate to the payroll, okay, from the existing system or from the existing Excel spreadsheet. They want to integrate or connect or link to the accounting software. This can be done. So once this has been done successfully, then the figures can be automatically posted to the software. All right. So and then accounting software, investing in an accounting software also allows for the different kinds of processing of accounting information as required by management. So we don't have to manually recalculate all the time. For example, if you want to do some decision making, we do not have to manually recalculate for all the different possible scenarios. We can, with the help of a few clicks, we can feed this figure into the accounting software and it will process for us. So this will enable faster reporting to the management and more quicker and more accurate decision making. Okay, so there are many other software applications that can be provided for information for managers to assist with decision making. For example, accounting software can create what is called audit trails. Okay, audit trail is where we need we leave a trail. That means when the auditors want to check our figures, with the help of accounting software, they can follow the trail and get to the source document. Okay, it can be used to perform ratio analysis. Okay, the calculations can be done. We just have to call out, ask the software which ratio we want and press the relevant buttons, and we will get the figures immediately. It can be used to calculate break-even analysis because it can capture the fixed cost. It can auto-calculate the selling price per unit and variable cost per unit. Therefore, it works like a calculator. Yeah, it can calculate the minimum break-even point, for example. Okay. So it can help with the costing functions, with the production of the relevant with the creation of the relevant budgets, right? It can help us calculate flex budget, okay, capital investment decision, and so many things. Okay, so mainly the benefits that we can derive from computerized accounting system is we get a greater accuracy, as in there's little, if not no, but there's little or minimal room for error. Because as I said before, if you recorded a particular transaction in a certain way, the system is quite intelligent to know that you're recording in the wrong domain or something like that. Probably you're recording in the wrong accounting period, for example. So all that the system can detect and it will prompt you. So you cannot go ahead further. So with that, we have greater accuracy. Okay. And then we will have greater speed because rather than writing and having to manually total it up, it saves us the time from totaling up. So we have greater speed. All we just need to do is input the basic data, the system will do the rest. Okay. And then we have simultaneous updating. Okay, all relevant records are updated from just one entry. Okay, for example, you know, when we purchase non-current assets, we do it manually every year. We have within the depreciable year, every year we have to calculate depreciation. But with accounting system, if you record the cost and the number of years and so on and so forth, the system knows how many years to calculate depreciation and when to stop calculating. Okay, so it'll update the month-to-month or day-to-day balances automatically. Okay, and then we have improved accessibility. Okay, so if you want to look for figures, we can look for it very quickly. We can search for figures quickly. We have a lot of search functions. Unlike the manual accounting method, even if you have stored the past few years data, well, we might have to store it somewhere, or maybe it's in a faraway place. You might have to spend some time reaching out to the data. So you're spared of that trouble in accounting system because you can just search or put the time range that you want the data from. Okay, we can have more information available. Okay, and there is a possibility of the business employing lesser staff because the system can do a few people's work, you know. So we save by reducing the number of staffing costs. However, there are also some disadvantages of a computerized accounting system. So one of them is huge capital expenditure. The benefits come with a high cost. Yeah, huge capital expenditure. The software can be costly, and then you might need to spend more to maintain the system. Okay, you need to spend on training costs because when the business buys a computerized accounting software, the relevant employees need to know how to use the system. So they need to be trained by the software company. So that itself will incur additional costs. Okay. And then there's also risk of data loss. You know, data through a computer system can be hacked, okay, or the system can crash, or various reasons like that. So there's a risk of data loss. Okay, and then we need to spend on maintenance and support. Okay, we might have to spend on the yearly support, or if when there's a new upgrade coming up, in order to keep up with the new upgrade, we might have to pay the software company extra after 1 or 2 years to keep up with the latest system. Okay, and then there's this thing called a period of transition. Okay, businesses often find it necessary to run the old manual alongside the new computerized system. Now, what this means is before we can fully migrate to computerized accounting system, we cannot immediately let go the manual system. We need to test the data for at least 3 to 6 months and see whether the figure that we've written manually and the figure that is processed by the accounting system is accurate at least to 2 decimal points. So once this has been repetitively done for about 3 to 6 months, then we can let go the manual system and carry on with the computerized system. So the manual system serves as a backup, in case anything goes wrong. Okay, so from the employee's point of view, employees normally get, of course, there's 2 sides to the coin. Some employees look forward to learning accounting software, because it enhances their value of their CV. Okay, they can get a better job and so on. But on the other hand, other employees might feel threatened by these changes. That means they are, when you're in a certain age, you resist changes, you feel you can't learn new skills. Those kind of employees, they might tend to resist, or rather try not to get involved in the accounting software. So meaning to say that they might not cooperate with the management. Yeah. So, and some employees feel for health reasons sitting down too much in front of the PC is hazardous to health and so on. Okay, special features of computerized accounting system. We have the inventory control. So inventory control here means we might almost not need a physical storekeeper who checks the inflow and outflow of inventory from the warehouse, but rather we can monitor the flow of inventory from the desktop, from the laptop itself. Okay, so this inventory's control can be linked or integrated with the supplier's computerized accounting system in such a way that the supplier will come to know when we have hit our minimum level and it's time to reorder. So we don't have to spend time to monitor and then make a call to the supplier. Hey, look, we have reached minimum inventory. Please come and supply. Okay, so this inventory control function can also correctly predict what is the supply of inventory that we need in the future coming months in line with our production schedule. Okay, and then you have the credit control. Credit control is where the system automatically creates a trade receivable aging list to show how much of the total trade receivable is owing in this month, how much is owing 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and so on. So if we find that there are a lot of amounts owing for more than 2 months, then we can focus on those and try our best to collect from them before they become irrecoverable. Well, they can also be used as a basis for us to calculate an estimate of the allowance for irrecoverable debts. Okay, and then you have the payroll system, okay, which can calculate salaries, the deductions, the statutory calculations and all that accurately, so as to avoid dispute with the employees. Okay, other aspects of computerization is we have spreadsheet. Well, most computerized system, in fact all, are linked to Excel spreadsheets. So that's where calculations can be done very easily. Okay, and computerized accounting system, they can store a great deal of database. They have very big storage. Okay, in modern times, data is even stored in clouds. Okay, and then they can be linked to the internet, so we can get real-time data. For example, if you want to know what's the latest price of a certain material, as compared to go and searching around, in addition to buying it from your usual supplier, you can search the internet and you can get faster results. Okay, introduction of a computerized accounting system. So the introduction of a computerized accounting system requires careful planning. So we need to think about certain things before we decide to commit to a computerized accounting system. Okay, so buy a standard software package, most of which are designed to meet the needs of smaller businesses. Now, if we are running a small business, then we might be better off with a standardized software package, which is usually cheaper, which contains most of the common features which most businesses need. Okay, unless our business is a bit unique, then we can go for the more what do you call custom-made software. So for large organizations, usually certain functions of theirs are unique compared to other business. So they, along the way, they will discuss with the the software accounting software vendor to custom make certain functions, and that will cost extra money. Okay. Managers must also give data security a high priority, particularly with regarding to backup. So saving information or backing up information regularly is crucial because we want to avoid losing all of the data. So like I said just now, nowadays all of this is solved by storing in cloud accounting, they call it, so that they have more storage space. Okay, because so data loss can occur because of these reasons: hardware or software faults, virus infection or hacking, yeah, or power failure, or any accidental or malicious or purposely deleting the files by employees. You know, sometimes employees, they are not happy with the organization, they might want to sabotage. Yeah. Okay, so other security consideration is where, especially for big organizations in an accounting software system, the management might want to think about access. So not all information should be accessible to every employee. Certain sensitive information should be accessed by only higher authority staff. Okay. Then in order to protect the information, you might need to think of password, you know, and the kind of passwords, like, you know, the system should not allow just maybe 4 or 5 character password. The password should contain some special characters and so on and so forth. Okay. Okay, and then other security consideration is like encryption, but encryption is more towards people in the military or the secret service, you know, when they don't want their data to be compromised, so they do encryption. Okay, then protection against viruses, extranet, and complying with the data protection requirements. So these are the other security considerations. So all in all, this chapter is a small chapter, and the questions will be combined. It won't come out as a question, as a full question on its own, but rather it'll come out as a small part of question carrying roughly about 5 to maybe 7 marks in any other chapters. Yeah, usually the questions will ask you like, what are the benefits? They will say like the directors decide to invest in a computerized accounting system. So discuss the advantages, disadvantages. Yeah. So you have to answer the question in a way, if it's like an explanation kind of question, then you speak for and against. Divide from the total marks, as I've told you before, you subtract 1 mark for decision with comment, and then the remaining marks you divide into 2 and speak for and against. Right, so that's all for this video. Thank you.